Here in organization chart, one of the most common, like we'll be discussing a relationship among the organizations. Okay, for a particular structure, when you made about the things that hierarchy, when you're making a hierarchy, when you're making a proper structure, which is going to help the employees to know to whom to approach, and which will be helping them to know like who is their superior, and it is helping managers to help to maintain a team, to know that to whom he need to guide. So here, what is happening with the help of this organogram, when we are making a proper structure, it is maintaining a proper relationship into the organization, and as well as it is making giving a clarity towards the structure of organization. Okay, so here the definition is organization chart is an initiative reflection of organization structure, one of the most common diagram to illustrate the relationship among the departments, superior and subordinates vividly and briefly. Here, what is happening? You're going to describe here you're going to illustrate the superior and subordinates briefly, where it is showing a relationship between the people who is there into the organization, who comes who is there like it in a simple terms means it is a maintenance of the proper hierarchy. Okay, let us discuss few of the benefits. As I told you, it is a clearly outlines the relationship existing into the organization. It helps and freshers to aware about their roles and responsibilities, to know whom to approach. The charts help in identify the structure deficiencies and communication gaps. Here, the charts help in understanding in the structural deficiency means if if I'm having a proper chart of my organization, I'll be knowing that okay, I need if there is one CEO means I need under him I need at least four to five managers who will be working. Then the managers and the managers, executive managers, like assistant managers, or then we are going to have different workers. So when I'm having a proper chart, I'll be knowing that the like if anyone is moving, or if I'm like I'll be understanding or deficiencies, or I can say it's the vacancies into the organization. And communication, a proper communicate there'll be no communication gap if I'm having a proper hierarchy or a structure. Help outsiders to meet right person into the organization by making them an access of to useful information. Okay, so the types of organogram, you might have learned this: vertical chart, horizontal chart, and circular chart. Like in a vertical chart, usually you'll be having one MD. Like here, the vertical it is divided MD, under whom he there the production manager, marketing manager, finance manager, HR manager. Under them again, you will be having a different under financial manager, you'll be having accountant, credit clerk. Then in human resource management, you'll be having payroll executive, then human resources officers, then marketing manager, brand executive, promotion executive, marketing assistant. So here, what is happening? You'll be having a proper hierarchy, but in the vertical way. In the same way, the same hierarchy is there, but into your horizontal way. We are going to describe a way, you are going to picturize your hierarchy into the organization, or structure into the organization in the horizontal way. Whereas in the circular chart, you'll be having like it is been adopted by the organization, but it create a kind of confusion where a MD will be given an importance, a middle person who will be associated with all the people into the organization. That is the reason it is given in a circular way. And it consists of the concentric circles wherein the position of chief executive or MD, managing director, is placed in the middle. On the basis of importance of all the functions, the various organization positions are placed closer to the centers. Like the closer circle means here all the managers will be present. The other means here are the accountants and your promotion manager, production man, different executives will be present in the second circle. Then then what the employees will be present, the interns will be present, the laborers will be present. Like here, what is happening based on the position, the people will be closer to the MD. Okay, the circular chart, the horizontal chart, and the vertical chart. So organogram benefits we have discussed, its definition, and the different types of organogram. We have discussed the three types of organogram or organization charts, which means vertical, horizontal, and circular. Coming to the next topic, that is quality of work life. Quality of work life, QWL. Here, quality of work life, it shows the relationship. But it's okay, like we were maintaining usually the quality of work life is important to any organization, just to retain the employees for a longer period, and also to get to utilize this human resources into the organization, to utilize a good skillful employees into the organization. Like here, the quality of work life is a process of work organization which enables in its members at all the levels actively participate in shaping organization environment, methods, and outcomes. Here, what is happening is you're having a proper quality of work life. Quantity of work when we give means like, okay, this is okay, I'm appointing one XYZ person, and like I'm giving him so and so work, like I'm asking him to prepare this, and he's going to submit me the work. That is the quantity of work which I'm giving, and he is returning me. When a quality of work means when he do something extra, like just for the benefit of the organization, he is contributing in accomplishment of the goals other than his work. So here, when this things is happening, when you're making a proper work life, when you're making away, when you're giving them a proper what working environment into the organizations. So here, what is happening? This value-based process is aimed towards meeting the twin goals, enhancing effectiveness of organization and improving the quality of work life at work for employees. So here, there is the two aspects of quality of work life. The very first aspect is you're going to enhance the effectiveness of the organization. To enhance the effectiveness of the organization, you need to improve the quality of life in like quality of life at work. Like what kind of quality, the like working environment you're providing to the employees. Based on that, what happens is you can go enhance the effectiveness of the organization. Now, quality of work life has gained importance recently due to the several various factors like increase in the education levels, work association, importance of human resource management, increase in the knowledge of human behavior, and so on. Like this was some of the factors. For that reason, we need to come up with a good quality of work life to retain a good employees with the organization, and as well as to provide a good satisfaction to the employees so that they can increase the like productivity and profitability of organization. Okay, so like let us discuss here the determinants, dimensions, and techniques of quality of work life. Whatever the terminologies we are going to discuss, this people have already learned in your human resources, the above chapters like job involvement, job satisfaction, performance, and social integrations, and like this kind of things, the terminologies you have discussed. Let us discuss according to the point of view of quality of work life. Okay, job involvement. One of the determinant to move your like to create a good quality of work life into the organization is job involvement. Like it refers to the extent of which an individual identify with its job or its level of ego involved into the job. Like here, what is happening is according to the research conducted on the job involvement, it was found out there are several factors like skill variety, achievement, and challenges contributes towards enhancing the level of job involvement. Like for example, when the employees who are highly involved in their jobs spend more time and energy to their job and try to produce more productive results to the organization. In short, they put their 100% efforts. When they are completely involved, the employees are completely involved in their job. They try to like enhance their skill. They try to increase the production into the organization, and as well as in short, they are going to contribute to 100%. They are going to give a 100% effort to the organization. Next is your job satisfaction. Job satisfaction, where it refers to the satisfaction which workers have with the job environment. A job involvement, right? 100%, no doubt, if the employee is contributing towards the job 100%, but if they're not having a satisfaction, after a limited time of period, they lose their their interest towards the job. So again, the to maintain a good quality of work life, then the employees are involved and they are giving a good job involvement. It's an organization's priority to maintain their like to have their satisfaction. How can you give a satisfaction to the employees like to by pay like workers have their job like proper job environment like with the co-workers, quality of supervision, they should get a good supervision, like there should be a good leaders with which them they which under which they are working. Job satisfaction is associated with the job involvement, and employees get content with their job and vice versa. Like as I told you that if an employee is having a proper job satisfaction, if he or she is getting a good supervision, or when they are getting a good co-workers, and when they are having a good environment of working, obviously they'll be involved properly into the organization, and they'll be giving their 100%. Okay, the employees who are highly involved in their jobs are greatly satisfied with their work or job, while the employees who are less involved in the job are greatly dissatisfied with their job. Like it sometimes happen, like people who love their professions, like who love their job, they give 100% towards their like towards their job, irrespective to like money or like fame. They just, when they love doing that particular work, means what they do is they get involved into the work. So it is very important to get involved into the work to maintain a good quality of work life into the organization. Now again, the sense of competence. Sense of competence means like feeling of being confident. Like when you're having a sense of competence, like like when you're having a proper confidence, it increases the involvement to the job and further increases his job satisfaction level. Like here, sense of competence refers to the feelings of confidence which a person has towards his own competence, like whatever the skills or attitudes he or she is posing, when they are having a good confidence about that, or like what is happening, it increases the confidence of the employees, and as well as when then the confidence increase when he or she is having confidence over their skills. The job involvement and the sense of competence supports each other. Like if I say that I'm having a full confidence about my skills, when I know that okay, these are my skills, I need to have a job accordingly. Like if you're good in accounts, like I prefer doing in a job into the banks or financial companies, like because I'm having a complete interest towards it. Okay, I know these are my skills. When I am balancing my skills with my job which I have selected, then I'll be having complete involvement towards the job. If I'm having a complete involvement towards the job, I'll be satisfied, highly satisfied with my job again. So then the next is your job performance. If an employee holds a greater job involvement, good job satisfaction, a good sense, he or she is having a sense of competence, his or her competence, then obviously it is going to like increase one's job performance. When I'm involved in my job, when I'm satisfied with the workplace, and when I know that these are my skills and I can do best in this particular sector, then obviously what will happen? It increases my job performance. And again, the job productivity. Job productivity, if my performance is good, if I'm satisfied with my job, if I'm completely involved, obviously it's going to increase the performance level, is going to increase the output of the organization. The external output correlated input also increases. So here, like whenever I'm having a good productivity based, the employees will increase the higher productivity. Like whatever the involvement will be there by the employees, when they are satisfied and with their performance increases, yeah, on the other hand, the productivity of the organization increases. Okay, so all the determinants of quality of work life goes hand in hand. When an employee is having a good involvement, when they are getting a good satisfaction from the organization, when he or she is having a sense of competence, it increases the job performance. When the job performance of the employees increase, it increases the productivity of the organization, which is in turn helping to maintain a proper quality of work life into the organization. Okay, we are coming to the dimensions of quality of work life. For the very first dimension here, the like it mainly focus on humanizations of the work. It creates a proper work environment. Like it is completely based on the humanization process, where you're creating a good working environment. Like if you can see quality of work life nowadays, a proper job design, or nowadays there like if you can maintain a proper quality of work life, many techniques are being used, even that we are going to discuss, like working for the development, providing them training, giving them the independent work groups and participative management. You are going to come, we are involving the employees for decisions. Like this could be a different techniques to maintain a good quality of work life. Different dimensions are acceptable and fair compensation. You can maintain a proper quality of work life when you are making an acceptable compensation, acceptable salaries. Like when you're paying a good salary to the employees, obviously they do not go, like, do not switch to the other jobs, and they try to retain into the organization for the longer period of time. Okay, so here what is happening? A fair reward and balanced system should be there, so that a standard of living also increase for the employees. Again, the safe working environment should be provided, like harmful, like safe and hygienic the working conditions should be there. Environment they are working should be very safe, and like safety measures should be provided. Like nowadays, if you can see, if this companies or any organizations are being due to this pandemic, coronavirus, this COVID-19, what is happening is they're providing a good hygienic environment for their employees if they're coming for a work. So they need to maintain this. Otherwise, what happens? The employees move out of the organization, or they switch to the other organization which is providing them the safety of their health and their lives. So again, a proper like healthy environment should be maintained. The risk-free work should be provided to the employees. Career growth opportunities should be provided from their current skill, with the base on their current skills and abilities. Opportunities of utilization. The job performed by the workers must possess adequate types of tasks so that it provides the challenges to the workers, and it helps them to utilize their whatever, even it's an organization's duty to maintain a proper to how to utilize the human abilities into the organization. And social integration should be there. Like again, the employee should feel a sense of identity into the organization, and the feeling of self-esteem should be there. A sense of trust and openness should be there into the organization. And the personal life, the work life and the personal life of the employees must be adequately balanced. The demand, like late hours, quick travel, frequent travel, and are both psychologically and socially very costly and favorable for a quality of work life. Like they should also see that here the way work life, the personal life of the employee should also be kept into the consideration while you're giving the task to the employees. And social importance should be given. Like when you give a social importance, again, what happens is psychologically satisfaction will be there, and between the employees when they are having a proper social interaction. And these were some of the dimensions of your quality of work life. Let us discuss the techniques of quality of work life. Job redesigning. Again, a job redesigning is an important technique when like you feel redesigning of a job will help in improving a quality of or value of job. Like a small and restricted job unit must be integrated with a large complex job enrichment should be there, provided interesting and encouraging. And like when you provide a job enrichment, obviously when you're promoting the employees who is very talented, it increases their satisfaction. They give a challenging environment to the employees, and it helps them, it is helping the employees to fulfill their higher order needs. Okay, the career development and personality growth opportunities enhance the organization's commitment. Career planning, career counseling, and providing them with some trainings, or providing them some with different on-job and off-job trainings, different lectures, seminars, time to time, workshops, time to time. Like it increase the knowledge and ability of the employees. Independent work groups should be created where the employees are authorized to make decisions freely. And in this type of group, the employees plan, coordinate, and control their activities. Like what is there is the freedom should be given for working, where they can work jointly, and the whole group is held responsible jointly for success and failure. One person should be not awarded for the particular success. Like a complete circle should be appreciated. Okay, so the independent work groups should be prepared to have a proper interaction. And like when you're having a proper interaction, it gives an opportunity to the employees to learn new things. Flexible work schedules should be maintained, and participative management where you're involving when participating management, like you're involving the employees for making decisions. And the quality of circles management by objective suggestion system should be implemented. Quality of circles, the topic you're going to how what is quality of circles, we'll be discussing in the next topic. A proper job security should be provided to the employees, and administrative judgment like fair and equity disciplinary procedure should be there, governance procedures, promotion, transfers, leaves, work assignments, and so on should be fair, and justice principle should be there on the principles of justice and care, which helps in improving the work quality of work life into the organization. Okay, so to improve the quality of work life, you need to go for this like different determinants, dimensions, and techniques. Nowadays, these techniques are useful. The quality of work life has not been implemented since very it's not an olden concept. It has been involved to maintain a proper quality. Even quality of work life can be maintained when you are conducting few of the informal things, informal activities into the organization. Employees, like what happens, it will be a change for an employees, and like it will be a proper he or she will be getting proper satisfaction, and it encourage or boost their energies towards the work. Okay, so here to maintain if you maintain a good quality of work life, the involvement of the employees will be more, their satisfaction will increase when you're increasing the satisfaction. And when an employee is having a sense of competence, and which increases the job performance, and which in turn increases the job productivity. Okay. So I hope the topic was clear for you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, inshallah, tomorrow we'll be discussing about the quality circles and grievance management. Grievance management is quite interesting topic. So, like, if you people can come up with any case studies for grievance